Well, I have one person on my website who runs retirement seminars, and he asks people what do they think they're going to do in retirement, and he says it's golf, golf, golf sort of thing. And he says, well, that doesn't work. That kind of activity which you like doing as a vacation isn't what you can do as a full-time lifestyle. You just can't do that. You have to have more to your life than a sport or a vacation, and I mean, bottom line, retirement is not a vacation. Retirement is your life. So you have to have other aspects to your life that you get going with, and then you take vacations, and you take more time for your sports, you take more time to enjoy things. And I think that's a key stereotype of retirement, is this idea, oh, you'll take a vacation. But another one that's interesting is that it's quitting, right? That once you retire, that's it. You're out of circulation, you're not important anymore, you don't have a title that you had at work, you don't have a role, you're a nobody, right? And again, that's a misnomer. Most people retire hopefully healthy, and as long as you're healthy and active, you can go out and make a new life for yourself. And so it's not a question of retiring, it's a question of sort of reinventing what you do and taking control of your own life and doing what you want to do. And I think a lot of retirees have a hard time when they're asked, what do you do? And answering, well, I'm retired. And it's interesting to watch people's face when I, as a fairly young person, tell them I'm retired. They kind of think, well, you shouldn't be. You're healthy and well. What are you doing retired? And my reaction is, I'm taking advantage of the possibility that I can retire. And that's so it's a plus. But in our society, retirement is seen as a negative until people experience it and grow out of it. And they think, people tend to think that retirees are sort of, sitting by the wayside and so on, and maybe not as happy as when they're working. But all the research I've seen, retirees are generally more happy with their life after they retire than before. So, but it takes them a while to get there, and other people looking from outside don't see it. Well, I think before people retire, there's a few things they have to do, and one of those things is really start participating more in activities that interest them outside the job, and in social groups outside the job, and start joining things, because inevitably, because we're at work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, so much of our life revolves around the job that when we leave the job, then we're going to miss that, right? And there is a kind of a loss of feeling. There is a natural loss feeling if you liked your job at all, of all those people, of those activities, the thing you like to do at work. So the trick is to start developing some other interests, working towards, what might be, your first passion for a period in retirement. And not to worry about thinking I need a plan for the whole period of my retirement. It's very much a step-by-step process. You just, you have to figure what you're looking forward to in the next so many months, in the next year, and so on. So that's one thing, is to get sort of a rolling start, so that you have something you're coming out looking towards doing, so that you're looking forward to leaving because you're going to something new, as opposed to finding yourself out the door, and having worked to the last minute full speed, and then not knowing what to do next. That can be very rough. The other thing is, if you have the good fortune to have a good relationship with your significant other, it's key to have a lot of sort of chit-chat back and forth as to, well, what are we going to do? How's this going to work for us? Because maybe you can't both retire at the same time, and it's a major change in your life when you retire. Your hours of being at home and what you can do and what you'll want to do is going to be a huge change, and that could upset a relationship if you don't do it right. And so it's absolutely critical that in the case of a man, you and your wife; in the case of a woman, you and your husband, be talking about, well, what are we going to do? And what's your idea? What's my idea? And how's this going to work? So that you move into that gently, and that you keep absolutely front and center the importance of the relationship and the fact it's going to get shaken a bit, right? Because it's a completely new life. It would be like moving to a new place. It's that big a change, and that you just have to prepare into that gradually. So again, you don't bump into it and find yourself working things out with your significant other in a difficult situation. You need to get into it the right way, not bump into it.